On everybody, welcome back to Dragon Age Origins, the adventures of RoseBlood. When we last left off, we just had gained Morrigan, and Morrigan is a very strong and powerful mage, so I do plan on hopefully keeping her. I'm going to be on the Dragon Age Universe Facebook page, and I'm going to put polls on who you want me to keep. The first one was Morrigan versus Alistair versus Sten, but I think what I'm going to do is just do 2 at a time. So that one, even though I put 3, I mean Morrigan versus Alistair, and most of you voted Morrigan. So I will be keeping Morrigan and putting Alistair off the party when I get other party members. The next one I'm thinking will be Sten versus Liliana. And we kind of really need to use Liliana considering she is a rogue and we need someone to lockpick. So I'm really hoping you guys vote for Liliana, but if not, Sten will be okay, because then we can have 2 tanks. You can have RoseBlood and Sten, and we can get another rogue down the road. And I just really hope you guys are enjoying this series once again. When we last left off, remember that Lothering had retreated from battle. He never joined the battle like he said he would after we lit the tower, which really hurt us as a team. As the Grey Wardens, we thought he would help us and everything. And again, going back to the voting, since I did like 3 this time, I'm gonna start doing only 2. And what I'm gonna do is after I get all my party members, I'm gonna put different party members against each other. So like I might do Morrigan versus Wynn. Whichever one you guys pick will be in the party. Then I may do Alistair versus Sten, whichever one you pick will be in the party. So on and so forth, stuff like that. I did notice in this playthrough that I forgot to get the Mabari Hound, and I am so sorry if you guys enjoy him. That's 100% my fault, and again, I apologize. I hope that in the next playthrough, like Dragon Age 2, I won't miss any characters, which I don't plan on it. And let's see what happens here, guys.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
Wake up, gentlemen! More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers!
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
How is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
One
Indeed,
thing,
for the upkeep of the Imperial
you
Highway.
never,
It's a bit of a
ever
mess, isn't
ask RoseBlood for money that would never end well.
Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you, see?
Do shut up. Even a Genlock would have understood that. Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules. Did she say she's a Grey Warden? Them ones killed the king.
Traitors to Ferelden, I hear. Tern Loghain put quite a bounty on any who are found.
But are them Grey Wardens good? I mean, really good? Good enough to kill a king?
You have a point. Well, let's forget about the toll. We'll just leave you to your darkspawn fighting, king-killing ways. And just when we had things settled...
Obviously, we're not going to let them rob us. We're just going to whoop their butts. And man, they were not very smart for trying to rob a Grey Warden, let alone try to kill us.
Surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all. Yes, of course. We should have been more careful. I'm sorry. I'm not going down without a fight.
Got it.
So he tried to run from us, which obviously didn't work very well. And, well, now he's just going to get completely and utterly killed. And they were not very bright at all to try and attack us, because obviously look what's happening to them. And sometimes you see me turn the camera that way because I want to make sure like Morgan's not being hit really hard, stuff like that. And that's why you see me like turn the camera around for that little split second. Right here, those shows why we probably should have kept Alistair, because of how good he truly is. But you know, a poll's a poll. You guys get a vote. Down there is Lothering, which is where we can meet Sten and Liliana, which in this episode we do meet both of them. And Liliana has always been one of my favorite characters. My favorite companions, my favorite three companions are Morgan,
Well,
Liliana, and one second.
Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first. Well, we'll need to decide eventually. Let's head into the village when you're ready.
Yes, once again, my favorite three companions, honestly, are Morgan, Liliana, and probably either the Mabari dog, or
I'd rather talk about you.
Wynn's pretty good, too, to have in your party. I've never really used Sten at all, but he's pretty good in my opinion, and what I've tried of him at least. I can't say he's like my favorite. I like Ogeron too from the Deep Roads, the warrior. He's pretty good. Zeverin's pretty good.
So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why?
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take...
And we can technically have Loghain in our party. Having Loghain would be very strange, and you can lose a lot of your companions. You can lose a lot of your companions for having Loghain in your party, like your loyal ones. And
Coming to blow.
and if you like gain Logain, it will force Alistair to leave the party. So I'm gonna also have you guys vote on that one in the Dragon Age universe, whether you want me to have Alistair or Logain. Both of them are very, very good. But yes, my favorite 3 companions are definitely Morgan, Liliana, and then I'm tied between Shale and Ogeron, both the Berserk warriors.
Detriment of mankind as well as a few.
The legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts.
There is nowhere to run! This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts!
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands! There! One of their minions is already amongst us! This woman bears their evil stench! Can you not see the vile blackness that fills her?
Please stop. Somebody shut his mouth.
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us! No! Do not touch me! You bring evil and destruction! It is the end!
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us. Then, what shall we do? We must try to go north somehow.
Right there, they basically called me a Darkspawn because I am a Grey Warden, so I have the taint of a Darkspawn. So that is why he was freaking out.
Charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman? Well, I won't stand for thievery. Especially not at the demand of some shrewish priest.
Then go, and may you get all you deserve.
I hope the Darkspawn choke on your cheap hides. Ah!
I suppose it couldn't be helped. Maker, help us all.
Right there, I chose not to get involved because I didn't want to get involved into something that had nothing to do with me that I just kind of ran up on. Right here for a little bit, I totally forgot where to get Liliana, so you see me searching around for her for a bit because I usually always get her before I get Sten out of the cage because it's much easier that way. But I think... I know I eventually find her in the refuge. I walked over there and I was like, there's no way because it says tavern, and I forgot she's in the refuge place. So, right here I go to talk to Sten.
You want one of my captors? I have nothing to say that would amuse you, elf. Leave me in peace. I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples. You mock me, or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate. No doubt. What help do you seek? The Blight. Are you a Grey Warden, then? Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true. Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance, it seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here. Farewell, then.
Eaten alive by Darkspawn. That's cruel. I wonder why the revered mother's so afraid of him.
Right there, you found out that if we talk to the revered mother, we have a chance of getting Sten. And you heard Alistair wonder why, like, she's so afraid of him. And you will find that out here very soon on why she is terrified of Sten, which I would be too after finding out the reason why. Right here again, I was looking for the tavern, forgetting that is the refuge right next to us to the left. So yeah, it took me a little bit to find Liliana, but again in this video we do find her. And the problem with having Liliana and Morgan is those two will butt heads constantly. Those two are going to keep butting heads over and over and over. And it really sucks because those two are two of my favorites. But they do work, they can work together and they will stay together through the entire game. You just hear a lot of butting heads and stuff like that. While Sten and Morgan are very good to have them party together. Very, very good to have them party together. And so let's see what happens right here.
I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Turn Loghain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Loghain straight soon enough.
If he were well? What do you mean?
The Arl is stricken with an illness that threatens his life. We have found no cure, either natural or magical.
When did this happen?
Only a few weeks ago, but he has declined quickly. No one knows the nature of the illness, and even magic has done little to slow its progress. Our only hope now is a miracle. Every knight of Redcliffe has gone in search of the Urn of Sacred Ashes. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness, but I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims. Good luck to you, and to you, Alistair. I hope to one day see you again.
And you, Sir Donald.
A lot of people are a big fan of Alistair. The reason I'm not is, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not a fan of him, it's just, I've never gotten into his character like everyone else has.
The Chantry, my friend. You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here. I am the revered mother of this Chantry. Traditionally, those who seek my blessing tithe first. I understand. Not all are wealthy enough to spare even a few coins for the Maker's favor. What can I do for you, then? It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you? Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers. Your custody? And who might you be? A Grey Warden? Oh dear, I will have to ask you to leave before you bring trouble on our heads. To defend against the Blight? Perhaps that is a form of atonement. But are you certain you can control him? No, I cannot. There will be too much trouble for us if we are seen cooperating with you. The Maker cares no less for that Qunari's victims than for the thousands who fell in Ostagar. Now, good day. Yes? What can I do for you now? Again? We have already discussed this, and I told you I would not release the creature.
Now we threaten priests. How fun!
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get out of hand here.
What is the meaning of this? You would threaten me with violence?
Your Reverence, please. We are on an important mission. Let us take the Qunari off your hands. I beg you. No, Your Reverence. I will not. that to happen.
I have more important matters to concern me. Here, take the key to the creature's cage and begone. Do not return.
So as you just heard, we did get the key to Sten's cage so we can release him. But as you also see there, Morgan approves and Alistair disapproves, which that can play a big role, because if Alistair disapproves too much, he may end up leaving the party. If Morgan approves, you can literally keep her and put her with anybody. Good thing is based on the poll voting on Facebook, you guys decided to not have Alistair in my party. So that's okay that he disapproved, but I mean, at the end of the game, you guys will have a big decision between Alistair and Logain. I've never used Logain in my party, so I wouldn't mind trying him out. I've heard he's good in some aspects, but he's not good in others. So I guess we'll see what happens. And Alistair is a very powerful, like a very, very powerful warrior if you work him up and give him the right equipment. But I also heard Sten can be too, except the difference is Alistair uses sword and shield. Sten uses a two-handed weapon. Right there's where you get Liliana. And let's see what happens now as we come in here.
Look what we have here, then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Logain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen one?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
Right, let's make this quick.
Alright. I never liked this part.
Good news is Liliana is helping us completely and utterly destroy these guys. However, once you get them so low, they will surrender. And if you choose to kill them, Liliana doesn't join your party.
All right, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
Please wait!
They have surrendered. They were no match for you. Let them be.
Yes, thank you, thank you!
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help. I am glad you found it in your heart to offer those men mercy. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was. They said you were a Grey Warden. I'm surprised you're an elf. But elves must want the Blight defeated as much as humans, no? I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along. That and the Maker wants me to go with you. Then you believe me? I knew the Maker had sent a true dream. A vision that by serving you I serve his holy plan.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Right here's a character selection screen that once we get more characters you can choose, which it sucks that I didn't choose the Mavari dog. That really does suck. But as you just saw there, Morgan did just mention about her head being cracked harder than the mother thought, which right there shows that they can butt heads very, very easily. And it's because Morgan's more of the let's kill, let's kill, let's kill, while Liliana's let's talk it out, save them, don't go straight after them.
I wish something more of me. I confess, I did not think the priestess would part with it. Perhaps we have different ideas of freedom. So be it. Set me free and I will follow you against the Blight. And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement. May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
You will see here that I remove Alistair and put in Sten, which I do level Sten up.
Yes.
Well, not level him up, but I like put good armor on him, give him a two-handed sword, which he is very good with a two-handed weapon.
What is it?
He's not a sword and shield warrior. He is just a two-handed wrecking machine. So I give him a great sword, and was gonna put a shield. I clicked on putting a shield on him, but then I realized, hey, I just put a great sword on him, so that doesn't work very well. So then armor, I'm trying to give him as strong of armor as possible. He does get the heavy chainmail, which really looks nice for Sten. However, if I do take Sten out of the party for another warrior like that Ogerin little dwarf, if I take him, I will take off Sten's armor and put that on him. Liliana, I also put armor on, and I forgot to equip her with a bow and arrow. I want her to be a bow and arrow rogue. I don't want her going straight into battle. She's just not strong enough. She never has been.
Again.
And this is going to conclude the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like it, please. Thank you. Have a great rest.